Hi, this is Alessio of leadingtrader.com and welcome to this week's update on Bitcoin. What I want to show you in this video are two potentially important levels to keep your eye on, which will reveal to you, in fact, what Bitcoin could be doing next and what we could expect in this market. Now, what I'm looking at here is the weekly chart. Okay, so the weekly chart is what I've chosen here on Bitcoin, and that is because we want to look at the long-term picture and the long-term trend of this market. And what I have here on my chart, this brown line, is the 21 EMA, the 21 exponential moving average. And this is a key level to keep your eye on, all right, the 21 EMA, because the market comes back and tests this level a lot. And it's also often a threshold between a bull and a bear market. So that's why we want to pay attention to it. Notice that, for example, in the past, we've come and retested this level many times. Here back in March of this year, back in July of this year, and just recently in the last few days. As a matter of fact, notice we've yet again come back and retested this level. As a matter of fact, we managed to bounce from this level as well, which I believe was at the 3,000 level right there. Now, as long as Bitcoin manages to stay above this weekly 21 EMA, the path of least resistance is to the upside. So in other words, the trend still remains to the upside. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change this time frame from weekly now to daily. Okay, and I want to show you the 6-month picture here. Okay, what I also have on my chart, as you'll see, this purple line is the 100 simple moving average. And the 100 simple moving average can be very useful too, because it's often the same level as we saw on the weekly 21 EMA. So notice that, for example, the chart shows to us that Bitcoin comes back, tests this 100 SMA here, here, here. As a matter of fact, most recently back in July, tested this level, and most recently over here. So we're once again at support at the 100 SMA. Let me change this back now to the 6-month chart. Okay, let's go a bit closer. 3 months. Okay, much better. Now, here's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. In fact, let me just move this up now to 5 months. Okay, I said actually some weeks back that this move here that we saw before during the summer was an ABC corrective wave. All right, so here was our A, and for those of you who follow Elliott waves, you'll understand what this means. And if you don't, doesn't matter. Elliott wave theory simply tells us that most corrections are formed of 3 segments or 3 sections, and these are what's called ABC corrections or 2-step or zigzag corrections. And notice we're seeing the exact same thing here on the right hand side of the chart. In fact, if we just bring this closer, to me this looks once again like an ABC corrective wave on Bitcoin. So here's our A, here's our B, and here's our C wave, potential C wave. Now, as long as we're above the weekly 21 EMA that I showed you just a few moments ago, and as long as we're holding this 100 simple moving average, the presumption is that this is merely correction, an ABC correction, and not a start of a new downtrend. And I don't think this is the start of a new downtrend at all. I think that this is simply the correction forming here, and then we're going to see another move up higher. And here's the thing. I always say keep it simple. So you can see that Bitcoin has managed to hold the 3,000 psychological level. We're above the 100 SMA, bounced nicely from it, and again we're above the weekly 21. And there are 2 potential scenarios I'm looking for here. Either we're going to see a continued move up here and go back and retest the previous highs at 5,000, or the alternative scenario is that we'll come back, retest this level. So for example, we'll come back, just retest it once again, such as a double bottom pattern, and then make the next wave higher. Either way, whichever scenario you consider, I'm still remaining bullish on Bitcoin. Certainly any moves above this 21 daily EMA, above 4,000, will open the door to further gains on Bitcoin. So that's what I got. Either a robust move higher this week from this level, or indeed another retest and then a move higher. Either way, the trend still remains up. Having said that, now one thing I just want to mention here. You're probably thinking, well, what if, for example, if we take out the lows of these, for example, last week? I don't expect it's going to happen, but if we do close below the 3,000 level, that would suggest that potentially this wave count is not correct, and maybe we're seeing a much more deeper correction, or indeed a potential new downtrend forming on Bitcoin. But I don't think that's likely. I think the more likely scenario is what I've described here in this video, for this correction to complete and another move up higher. Alright guys, hope this video helps, and certainly if this helped you, please feel free to subscribe to this channel and also visit our website leadingtrader.com. Thanks a lot.